Alright, what's up, y'all? If it's coming through a little funky, it's because I'm charging my controller. So check this out. Like, so right now I'm at the Taffington Boathouse, and yes, I'm using mods. Yes, I have a one-shot, one-kill type of weapon. I do not care. I'm just having fun building things, and yes, I use mods. So there's that. Check this thing out, man. This thing's freaking cool. I build most of my settlements like this, but if you've ever watched me game, this is the type of stuff that I do. So let's go upstairs and look inside. I don't usually put too much thought into what I'm building. This is something new that I've been doing, but yeah. I'm gonna go upstairs some more and look at what I do. Check it out, my wonderful farm. All my Mr. Handy servants. And then I've used these robot workbenches to create more of them. And yeah, I have plenty of purified water for my settlements. And then inside the building, we have 2 shops, 4 shops, and upstairs we have two more, I think. Yeah. 2 more shops, and then the power station. Good to go. You struggling, Hoss? I think you're struggling. Anyhow. Alright. So now we're going to go check out one of my other settlements up there at, did I start building there? I'm not sure if I did or not. I'm pretty sure I did. Let's go check out the Starlight Drive-In to show you what I did. I call it the Twin Peaks Drive-In. Or the Starlight Twin Peaks Hotel type deal. It's pretty dope. I think everyone will like it. So the right side is going to be the shops. Or no. The left side is the shops, I think. And the right side is where my settlers sleep. So, and I did use the wonderful bed bunk glitch. Look, there's one of my sentry bots. These guys drive around between settlements for me. They're pretty awesome. Alright, now we've got to go in here. Check that out. Oh. I'm not sure what was over there, but it's dead now. Let's see. What was it? It was a death claw. It was the legendary death claw. Needless to say, I think we're doing pretty good here. Anyhow, let's go back to what I was originally here for. This is the Starlight Twin Peaks Hotel. Got here on the right side, I think this is my settlement sleeping area. All these wonderful beds lined up in the back. And then upstairs
Another day hot.
is the workshops. All my workshops, as you can see. And then over here is my wonderful farm on top. And all my shops, power. Everything's squared away. Looks good. Feels good. And yes, I make it look more realistic by putting these cones around it. So if I were to go to workshop mode, right? That's empty on the inside, right? But all it's there for is to make it look a little bit more stable, right? So that way it's not like really crooked and weird. But I like this. It reminds me of like a military compound. Oh, piece of scrap I missed. Thank you. So yeah, this is the game plan, is just this. This is the game plan forever and ever. Why aren't you up? Y'all, there's a way up there. Whatever. And then we've got our wonderful water pumps. I could add more water pumps here, but that'd be ridiculous because I've already got a lot of water that can go around the Commonwealth. this is dope. There's my character. She's wearing her cheat armor. Okay. Just for reference here, the cheat armor and weapons is very OP. Like, there is no reason for me to need this. I could probably build something just as good and be just as justified. I just have a lot of other mods installed that allow me to level up quickly, and these are two of them. And I've already played this game a lot, so I don't really need to do anything. I've played just about every angle, minus like the Brotherhood of Steel. I don't really like the Brotherhood of Steel, to be quite honest with you. So I don't do anything with them. So let's go ahead and go up to Sanctuary. I haven't done anything here yet. I need to work there. But I'll show you guys how I do it if I do decide to do anything. I might do it here as well, but we'll find out. We'll play around with it a little bit. We got another mod that's up there too. I will show you what that thing is called. It's next to my workbench up there. The workshop, the wonderful red workshop that we all know. It's a really cool little hidey hole. It does have its name, and it will be posted up here in just a second. It's really cool though, y'all. I'm telling you, you're gonna love this. Alright, so right here is Dr. Mobius's cellar. Right? That's the name of the mod, is Dr. Mobius's cellar, if I remember correctly. You could also search it up just by typing in Dr. Mobius like that. But yeah, so we're gonna go down inside of there after we check out this settlement, right? Everything looks normal until you look at that. That's my place. All right, so as you can see, it's very heavily defended. All right, up here in the main area, I haven't done anything with it yet, but this is going to be where the shops are. We got wonderful seating arrangements. Down there is our beds. Okay, lots of space. And then upstairs, there's my robot workbench, all my water for the settlement itself, the power, and then we go upstairs, and I can't put a roof on this. For some reason, this is the height cap right here, just above these, where these this power line is, right? And so I can't really do anything else. But this is my farm. And that's Ada. No, you can stay here, Ada. I don't need you. Anyhow, I beat that Automatron DLC a while ago, and that's what I do with my robots, is I make them farm for me. And so that's why it's like that. There's the other robots going upstairs to get ready to farm some more. There's another robot. My wonderful suit of power armor. And then there's all my water supplement, right? So what I do is I make sure that I have enough resources. So if I'm playing in vanilla, I use the duplication glitch, which I will cover again at, let's use, sure, we'll go in here, we'll transfer, we'll go, so I'll take all the ammo that's in here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and duplicate, we'll take some adhesive. How's that sound? We'll take the adhesive. We'll tone it down quite a bit. We'll do like... Alright, so we'll do at least enough to be able to show you guys what it does. So we'll do 4,000. Alright, we'll take 4,000, right? Go over here. We'll go to our junk. We'll drop our adhesive. Okay. You're going to go into your workshop mode. you're gonna hit square and scrap and store. For me, I play PlayStation, so it's gonna be store and scrap relatively at the same time until you get a screen that looks. You'll hit scrap first and then store. So it'll look something like this. Now, you're holding circle or store to make sure it still overlaps. Otherwise, if you let go, it does this. So we're going to go back to it. We're going to hit square and circle to get the menus to overlap. Once you're able to get it to overlap, you're going to hit X and X again. And we're going to go into our transfer. We're going to go down to our adhesive, and it should have given me 4,000 more than what I had. That's how that works. So, as you can see, I had 10,000. It gave, and I pulled 4,000 out, right? And I doubled it. So if I were to double that entire amount, it would read 228,652, something like that. Yeah. That's what it would read if I were to double that amount of adhesive. Okay, that's how that works. And then down here, I don't even need to do that anymore, really, because down here, in Dr. Mobius's cellar, this is a really cool mod. You'll enjoy this if you like modding. You'll enjoy this if you don't. My friend Javi actually turned me on to this. I hope you're watching. Pause. Alright, so now that we're down here, so what had happened was the UPS man showed up and delivered a package to my door for the local cheer squad for my daughter's cheer team, because my wife's an assistant coach. Alright, and over here, open that. Rematerializer power control. Close the lid. We've got a steamer trunk filled with all kinds of coolness. That'll regenerate. We got Dr. Mobius's terminal. Check this out. So, research log. Project Ouroboros. Oh, okay. Cool. I don't really care about the rest of this, unless this is. Oh, they created a whole lore for this. This is cool. And you can pause to read. I'm just skimming through and figuring out what they're talking about pretty quickly. Cool. It has a very deep backstory, it looks like. It's almost like they designed it to be part of the game. Say you were playing in a different mode. I'm on very hard, and it's very, very easy for what I do get out of this game. Let's see. And the final one. Looks like file may contain errors. George's personal journal. Oh no. This is sad. Well, so this is Dr. Mobius's lab, right? And so every time you leave here, if I were to take anything from this stuff, right, it would regenerate. It's so cool. So here's what we'll do, right? We're gonna look at all this wonderful stuff. Like, look at this. You got all kinds of weapons, all kinds of outfits, even different ones that don't exist in this realm. Like 101 doesn't exist here, even the new ones. 75, where's? And then we got 81, Vault 95, even their Vault-Tec security armor, right? It's pretty cool. And then we've got all of the. This is that. The captain's hat from Ironsides. And we got a bunch of outfits. Yeah, we got Diamond City security outfits and freaking flight helmet, gas masks, all kinds of stuff, right? I don't necessarily need it. Then you got your big guns, ammo, and got a fusion core, Gatling laser, junk jet minigun, missile launcher, railway rifle, and we've got our standard guns and ammo. Pretty dope. Syringer ammo, mines, grenades. Oh, I need to reset this. So this is the cool part. Ready? You hit the button twice. And then magically, if you need more ammo, or alternatively, if you need more items here as well, ta-da! I emptied a lot of this stuff out originally because I don't like to run out of material. So I just grabbed all the scrap, every piece of scrap that I could grab from all of this stuff, right? I think I even grabbed all of this, all of those, everything. Well, I didn't grab anything out of that because I didn't want to completely ruin my my run here. Yep. Alright, and then we've got bottle caps. And then watch this. I can sit here and do this all day. It gives you 10,000 every time you rematerialize. never need for anything. And proof of concept. I now have 122,000 caps. So, yeah, if you go back and look at how many caps I originally had towards the beginning of the video, you'll see it. What am I carrying that is that heavy? Oh, it's all my XO1 armor. So I'm gonna go transfer that onto the power armor that I currently have, because I think I took it from power armor that's down here, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Does this have a rematerialize button? It should. Anyhow, so as you can see, it's even got a 10mm pistol, as if it's working on something. It's got a lit cigarette. All kinds of actual technical. There's a technical document on the clipboard, it looks like. So they really put a lot of time and thought into this. Even the magazine is pretty cool. Stim pack, bottle caps. Yeah. Whoever did this, made this mod, thank you. This is really cool. It looks legitimately dope. Happy birthday, sweet roll. Okay. Like, there's a stove. This is great. That's a noodle cup stuffed in there. Okay, so that was a modded noodle cup, obviously, because it looks like it's part of the cast iron skillet. That's dope. The miniaturized carrot, oversized tomato. What looks like a piece of rabbit meat, honestly, but it's not. Oh, I didn't realize that was a Deathclaw egg in there. Radscorp egg, Deathclaw, and Mirelurk. Nice. Alright. Another 10mm pistol. Not that I need any weapons, I don't. Back here, there's the fusion core reactor materializer. And I can't close this door, so if you see this and you open this door, right, you can't close it again. I think it's pretty cool, though. This is pretty awesome. Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna go upstairs, outside of Mobius's cellar. We're gonna go put the wonderful XO1 armor on my T-45 power armor. That way it's XO1 style. I like XO1 over XO2, just saying. It looks cooler to me than let's see. We're gonna go ahead armor. Oops. Alright, so then we're gonna go ahead and craft. We're gonna go ahead and... where did it go? Oh, I have to actually hold it. Okay, that's fine. That's dumb. Alright, transfer. Thank you. Yeah, you actually have to hold it, I think. Alright, so we're going to put that on. Put that on, put that on, put that on, put that on, and put that on. Yay! Alright, let's go ahead and modify that. We've got Mark 3. We're going to go for Mark 7. Or no, that's Mark 6, my bad.
Amazing to think these old robots are still running after all this time.
Alright, let's see. Fun fact, if you have this on, right, any of your power armor, and say you put your companion inside the power armor, I always go for red tactical. Anyhow, if you put that targeting HUD in, and you're with your companion that's wearing that, yep, they can highlight targets for you. It's pretty dope. Shark paint, hot pink paint, and red hot rod flames paint. Dope. Let's get that right arm to be Mark 6. I ain't worried about nothing yet. Left leg. Mark 6. I ain't doing nothing with that yet either. Right leg. That was left leg. My bad. Right leg. Nothing with that yet. And then the helmet. Where's the helmet? Oh, no. The torso. Torso. Mark 6 torso. This one. So this one, increases strength by 2, kinetic servos, taking damage, recharges action points, detects, I don't really need that, reflects 50% of damage, melee, ugh. Deals energy damage to nearby enemies, and most of the time I go for the jetpack, because if I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it, but yeah. Most of the time, if I'm going to use power armor at all, I'm going to be the one wearing it. Like, I don't like to allow my companions to use it very often, so I generally don't use this if they're not going to wear it. If they're going to wear it, if someone else is going to wear this, I usually go for this, because most of the time they try to go up and hit the other people. Or I do this. The Tesla coils. But since this is going to be a suit of power armor that I like to use, that's what we're going to go for. Now, I prefer the shark paint. I think it's dope. Or I'll go for the hot rod. The other one that I go for as well is I don't think I really need any of these. Yeah. The only thing that would be nice is this, because the titanium, the titanium plating adds quite a bit of health to it, I think. Yeah. We'll go for that. I don't like having to repair these things too often. Alright. Go. And we'll go. I think that's good. I put titanium on everything. Cool.
It's always fascinating watching you create.
Alright. So that's my XO1. Alright. I don't really need it. See? That's part of the cheat pack that I use. If you're curious about the mods that I use, right? I'll go ahead and bring those up right now. Mods. I'm gonna go look at the mod list that I currently have running. I don't have a lot. There's only 4. This gives you the faster perks, gives you the magazines that I use. The cheats pack contains all these wonderful things, right? That's all the features of the Ring of the End. And then the cheat uniform. The person who originally created this, I believe he passed away. Then there's that allows you to start with 70 in the special stats at the beginning of the game. And then there's this. Pause if you'd like to read. Alright. Let's go down to Red Rocket. We're going to go down to the Red Rocket and start building. Yes. One of my provisioner machines and my other provisioner machine. Is that Jezebel? Yeah, that's Jezebel. I hope you guys enjoyed the nickname that I gave her, because that's exactly what she is. So. Nope, not inside the boundaries. Alright, so now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and start getting rid of things that we no longer need here. This is my first step. I do away with all the junk, all the stuff that's just taking up space. Right? Like you normally would for any settlement building. There is a scrap that settlement mod. I don't use it anymore. It takes up too much space and messes with things that I don't want it to mess with. I rebuild anything that I would normally use anywhere else, so like your typical workshops and workbenches. I rebuild those if I delete them in other parts of the settlement. Okay. But we're gonna get on top of the roof up there and start building up there. Because that's just how I started doing the Red Rocket build from a certain point on. It makes the most sense to me to do it that way. And it keeps potential raiders and all other creatures that would attack the settlement otherwise at bay completely. There is nothing that I could want from any of this stuff that you see. I delete everything that is scrappable. I store anything that I don't need to destroy, or that the game doesn't allow me to destroy. I don't think that number actually works. There is a Vault-Tec number that you can call from the TV show, and I don't know if anybody else has covered this, but yeah. So there is a number you can call, and it's just a dude screaming the whole time. I promise. I don't know it decided to attack, but I think my robot had me covered out here. Robot provisioners really help out. If you do get the Automatron DLC, or if you already have it, it's well worth it. In my honest opinion, it's well worth it. For a lot of people, they don't like the Automatron DLC, and I'm like, that's because you haven't actually used it for what it was meant for. Alright? I'm just saying. Why are you going and putting settlers' lives in danger? You know? Just have a robot do the provisioner stuff. Which a lot of my friends have noticed that it kind of seems like I'm very how do I put it? How did they put it? I'm kind of messed up when it comes to the robots, right? And the reason why is because I realize that they're not going to get destroyed. They have no feelings. There is a little bit of sentience to them, but they are... Their purpose in the game is to serve the player. Now, is that a little bit messed up? Yeah, just a little bit. In my honest opinion, yes, that's messed up. However, that's not the purpose of what I'm going to be using them for. They're going to be helping my settlements. They are going to be the farm hands. They are doing their job, serving humans. And so for a lot of people that might sit there and say, well, you're messed up against robots, I'm going to look at you and be like, they're just automated machines. They are there for our uses and nothing else. That's it. That's all she wrote, folks. And if that's a problem for you, so be it. Alright. We're almost done scrapping out everything. I think that's as much as I can scrap. Unless there's something else, let me know. I can get rid of the Edatronic. Unless there's something else that I'm missing, I think I can start building. Let me look around a little bit, see if I've got something else that I can scrap out. Did I miss something over here, maybe? I think that's it. Go up here. See if there's something else I can scrap up here. That's weird. I wish that see, that's the thing. If I had the ability to scrap things out in real life based on this game, right? These signs would get torn down. That would probably get torn down, and then this would become part of the settlement. So I'm gonna start building up here in just a minute. I'm just, like I said, I'm double checking to make sure I didn't forget something. Make sure I didn't miss anything in particular that I could have scrapped out. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. Alright, so with that said, we're going to hop up here and start our build. Now you see this middle line right here, the middle way, we're going to go in here. I'm going to pull my concrete out, and we're going to go ahead and go as far down as we can go with our just barely. Alright, then we're going to line it up with this back wall as good as we can. It's already really tight up against it. That's as close as I can get to it without it being up off the edge there. Okay, so now that we're squared away, we can double check that we're still centered. We are not. That look right to y'all? I think it looks right to me. Okay, so that's when we get up on top of that. And we start snapping these together. And we're just going to consume the signs because we don't want it to be the Red Rocket Inn, or we're going to call this the Red Rocket Inn anyway. Shoot, I can't do that, can I? Uh-oh. That might be a oh, there it is. Got it. I didn't think it was going to go. Alright, cool. Those all facing this way. I like to try to line it up with how I've got it. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to that. I don't like it doing anything that I don't want it to do, so sorry. Come on. There we go. Alright, now, the basement of this building, you have a really tall amount of space. So the basement of this building is typically where I make the settlers sleep. And it actually provides a lot of protection for them. So if you're setting up a settlement at Red Rocket, this is the best place to do it. It provides the maximum amount of protection for your settlers, while also providing yourself a lot of protection. Alternatively, you could make this like a eating area or the workshop or whatever you want to do with it, but what I'm going to do with it today is I'm going to make it my basement. Alright, so now that that's the basement, I need to figure out where I want to put... Where do I want to put my entrance? Apart from that, in order to give it the rounded edges that you see me build, I usually use these corner pieces. Missed a spot. You don't want to fall from the tallest part of your building, so I suggest heating warning that if you do in fact get to building, save frequently. If you get to being as you're really tall up in the air, you're gonna have problems. Just let you know if you fall. Even with the armor that I currently wear, fall damage significantly harms my character, even at the level that I'm at like 236. Fantastic. I think what we're going to do here is we're actually going to delete that. And this is where my stairs are going to go, is right here. Yes. Okay. So then, turn it around. Return of the Mac. And then, usually I can get them to snap on, but I don't think it needs to. I think it's perfect. Nice. Okay. Now that's done, we're going to add some safety rails here. Perfect. The last time I was here, I made this area right here be the entrance. So what I think I should do now is add my corner pieces. So this concrete wall that's curved. There we go. All four corners. And then I make the ceiling vaulted. And by doing this, it actually makes it look really clean and really nice. I really like doing this with all of my settlements now that I've figured out what I like to do as far as building goes. Alright, now I need to figure out where I'm going to put the door. Part of doing that is actually constructing the walls. That we want to have. So we're going to figure out, I don't think I want my door back here. I think I'm going to close this off. We are going to put a concrete wall with bars. It makes it look like a prison, honestly, and I don't like that it does that, but that's okay. I would prefer if it had a window with glass pane instead. That'd be really cool. But it is what it is. You know, it'd be bulletproof glass anyway if it were to be anything. And I would want that. That'd be really cool. But yeah, bulletproof glass, and then possibly slots for the guns to fit out, you know, something like that. But as a means to protect the settlers that are going to be living here, this is how I build it. What I could do, and I don't like this idea, I could make this the platform right here to get in, but I also don't like, I think that's going to be the entrance. I'm going to have to make that the entrance, aren't I? Can I put the entrances here? I can put the entrance here and and another entrance here possibly, right? That'd be really dope. It'd also give only one angle of attack, but it also puts me at a disadvantage because of this corner. No, because then I could also add turrets right here, a turret right here that faces forward, as well as turrets above the door. All right, I'm sticking with this. This will work. I like this better. So this concept is gonna be completely different from what I normally do. Yeah, I like this. What did it do? Okay. Now, this next process is my vaulted ceiling. So this is how I do this. Oop. Okay. All right. I thought I had it twisted on there. And so this allows natural light to come in during the day, so you're not standing around in the dark all the time. It's basically the window effect that I want with the concrete wall with the bars. It's what I'd want, but it is what it is, you know. And these actually make it very defensible. So, say for instance, you spawn in right here. Say your fast travel point is right here, or on top of the roof, wherever. As long as it's in here, you can defend this position pretty well. I mean, you've got a lot of angles of attack through these windows, right? And even then, you've got a lot of angles of attack through these doors too. Okay? I'm just saying. This is just how I play the game. And you don't have to do it my way, but I like my way. That's all that matters, right? And sometimes what I do, if I don't like the angles that I'm getting going down the stairs, sometimes what I'll do is I'll add this, and then I'll put the stairs leading down that way. But I think it's fine the way that it is. I think it'll give it a very unique look doing it like this. Awesome. Think about that. Look at this. This is amazing. And then, like I said, my sign's covered up. It doesn't have the signs for the red rocket. The only thing signifying the red rocket, that it's a red rocket, is that, really. I mean, it would still look like that either way, even without the red rocket right there. But at least it looks nice, it looks centered, it looks great. Now, in order to make those pillars, the pillars that come down, you have to start building underneath. And ta-da! Check that out. It's gonna look so good. You're gonna love this. At least I hope so. But the pillars really add a significant touch to it that I don't think any other type of decoration does for your settlement. I think this looks like it's actually being held up by something sturdy, you know? It doesn't look janky. It doesn't look half torn apart, and yeah, I love doing this. Love building. It looks clean. It doesn't look like it's just floating in the air. They're completely unnecessary, and honestly, they take up a lot of space that you could use for other things. So if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I just think it makes the settlement look like it belongs. Alternatively, if you still like the the concept and idea of that, you could just do this. And it looks like it's just being supported by all the four corners, right? But even that looks a little weird to me. And so that's why I do the full cone, you know, or the full cylinder look. Oh, tell me I can put it there. Oh no, it's not gonna go. Alright, that's fine. As long as I can put it down the side here, I guess that's fine. It just would really suck if a settler decided to go inside of there, because then they'd just get stuck. I feel like they'd get stuck. Would they get stuck? No, they wouldn't get stuck. Let me do this, because I don't like this. I'm going to see if a half wall will fit. Well, a half wall don't fit. Will this snap on? Yes. Perfect. I don't want settlers getting stuck inside of there. So if it looks like it's been walled off, that's fine. I don't care. That's fine. Nope, I'm not coming back here very often. If you're just walking past that in the game, you're not gonna worry about it. No. I'll grab onto that. Alright, let's do this. Boom. Boom. Go. I think I might run into a similar issue back here, but I hope not. Okay, cool. Yeah, similar issue. It's not gonna snap in because it's like, yeah, that's not how this frickin' works. I'm like, okay, I'll make it work. Perfect. That looks clean. I like it. It doesn't look stupid. I mean, it could look really stupid, but, you know. What? Okay, cool. There we go. I'm not coming back here, and there's nobody that's gonna get stuck in there. So I ain't worried about it. Alright, let's clean this up out here. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Yeah, there's another sign. Oh, wow. Hi. I can't delete you. It doesn't want me to delete you. Alright, let's go upstairs. We're gonna get started on the rest of this building. Alright, let's put up our wonderful windows that I talked about before that allow natural light to come in. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to add our concrete flooring again. And I think I'm going to go side to side with it. So that means the back wall is going to have either... Let me... There's only one problem. Alright, what do we got? Is that 6 and 5? Yeah, so the back wall is going to have our stairs that go up to the top floor. Which is fine, but it's a pain in the rear sometimes when you do these builds like this. This is the best way to do it anyway, in my honest opinion. It makes it look cleaner, and you can continue to build at the top floor of your settlement. And I'll show you how. 5. Alright, so I usually leave 3 spaces to make room for the stairs. Why do I leave 3 spaces? Well, let's face it. Robots in this game are kind of janky on the stairs, and Bethesda, if you ever see this, and I doubt you will, make it to where the robots can go up and down the stairs better. Because that's the main problem that you're seeing when I went to Sanctuary and anywhere else that I have robots. It would be great. That's not good. Nope, don't store that. Store that, and we'll store that. Gotta move that forward, so that way you guys can actually see how I build it. Alright, attach our stairs, and the little half step. And it makes it look really nice, too. I love this. Let's see, we're gonna start over, I think. Okay, we're gonna go with our wonderful... Yeah. Oh, no, we're going there. All the way to the edge. That's right. So because I put a border all the way around the outside, it makes it to where, technically you have 1 extra square, right? At the top of the roof. Oh, sure. See? There you go. Now it's technically 6 wide. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. And I do this a lot. I sit here and I just build and build and build. And that's where I got to this point where I'm just building as quickly as I can here. I'm pretty sure there's even mods out there that help you manipulate certain things within the game, or stuff that's just not supported by PlayStation Network. They don't like the use of mods, I think. I don't understand why. Fantastic. That's the roof. Now, the best way to protect the settlers that are coming up the staircase. Start with your corner piece. And if we're going to go up another floor, we might want to add another one of these. Okay? But to protect them best, you're going to make the outside wall concrete there. We're going to store that, we're going to store that, and we're going to add concrete wall there too. Because that's usually what I do to better protect the settlers that are just walking upstairs. Just in case there are enemies that are, you know... they're the mobs that tend to attack your settlers as you're, you know, doing your thing. Alright. There we go. These wonderful corner pieces, this is what I call them, or filler pieces. I like them. They're great. They make for really good filler pieces for when you're doing something like I'm doing. Okay, then for this, I usually do that, so that way it allows natural light to get down the steps. And either I'll put this here, or I'll put it at the other end, but regardless, that's what that generally looks like. Alright, so, now that we've got that squared away, we're going to go ahead and get this walled up here. There we go. And we'll do the same thing with this side. My filler pieces. Okay. And then this is where I do completely all the way around. Except for on the corners, obviously. This is where my farm area is going to be. This is where my water is going to be. It's all the way up these stairs. Well, how do you... I'll show you. I got you. Don't worry. Hang in there. Hang tight with me. We've been building now for about a half an hour. Alright. We're going to get our corner pieces put in. Which, ironically, if you really wanted to, you could sit there and put the corner pieces you could even do these, right? But I feel like that would take away from the overall aesthetic that we're going for here. But that's fine. It's your build. Do what you want. And then just like the bottom floor, we're going to add our natural light windows up here. It actually allows for a lot more light to come through, but I don't like doing... I like giving them some form of cover. That way, if they wanted to, you know, toss down a grenade or what have you, they're protected. There we go. And then we gotta do one more floor. And the top floor is just going to be a, I don't know. Because this is the farming floor, so we can't do too much. But the top floor is usually where I put the artillery and my wonderful, wonderful, robot workshop. Okay. So we're going to get up there and we're going to do that in just a minute. Perfect. And so what we could do to make this really super simple, super easy, right? Let's do this. We're going to put our stairs right there. But that wouldn't work. Yeah, but I want cover up there. If we're going to put artillery up there, they need to have cover getting up there too. And that would have to go too. So here's what we're going to do. Delete those. We're gonna put concrete wall there. Regular concrete. Well, no. Shit. Kinda need to make it go that way. So let's fill these back in with what we've got. And we'll do away with what we don't need. Where would it be? Right here? 1, 2, 3. Yep. Nope, we're not doing that yet. We gotta have that other piece right here. Mind you, we're really high up in the air. If I were to fall from this height right now, I might die. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and block this off. I don't care that nobody watched this live as it was going on. I really don't. I'm just here to have fun. Oh no. Oh no. I might have to delete this too. That's okay. It wasn't part of the game plan. We want to protect our settlers. Besides, the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. It's not going to matter because we're going to have power. We're going to put the power somewhere up here, I think. Or was it the bottom floor that I normally do that on the bottom floor, I think. I don't remember. But yeah. So because we did it this way, oh, there's just a brat. Let's go ahead and put our corners up. So we can do this the right way, the best way. We're going to put that there, and then we're also going to put that there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very nice. Alright, let's go ahead and do this side first. We're going to need more space, so what I'm going to do... One, two, three. We're going to need more space, because as you can see at the top, that size meter, that's going to be a problem. But I'm going to fix that problem. But because this is our farming floor, I'll show you what to do for that. So before we leave and grab what we need to reduce our size, we're going to go ahead and place all of our flooring up here. I think that's what we're going to have to do. No. No. Thank you. This place is massive. We have to get this done before we leave. As it is, you can see, you can probably look over and see the Abernathy farm over there pretty clearly. You can see Sanctuary pretty clearly from here too. Hey, I can see my house from here. Fantastic. So we're going to need more size, more space, more wonderful stuff. And like I said before, our wonderful walled-in structure. with the corner piece right here. I don't think it's going to matter as much all the way up here what I have going on, because of the way that I'm doing this. So we're going to go ahead and line up all the wonderful walls real quick, because there's not going to be, well, I don't really need all of this. That's right, I remember what I was doing. Okay. This is what we wind up doing for all of this. This also protects you and the settlers from falling off the edge to their demise. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and leave this settlement. We're gonna go back up to Sanctuary. We're gonna go to Dr. Mobius's little wonderful thing. But this is where the farm's going to be. Up there is where the artillery's going to be, and our robo workshop for our farmers. And then once the water defenses, the artillery. Oh, we can't do the artillery yet. Ronnie hasn't called us up to the castle yet. But yeah, I love this. This is great. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and walk down here, and then we're gonna walk down here, and then we get to look at our massive structure. I love it. It's great. So don't forget, we still have our basement to do, our waiting area slash stores, our farm, and then at the very top, that's our robo workbench and stuff like that. So we could put workbenches in the bottom, or the first floor. The basement's got our settlers' sleeping area. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. You're gonna love this. Alright, let's go up and grab what we need. Let me see. Do I have weapons up here? Yes. Alright, we're gonna grab that. Oh, nice. I love how that respawned. That's great. Oh, what? Oh. I think we had a raider try to get in. They didn't make it very far. What? Yeah, I remember that. What did you want? Yeah, we'll try it sometime. Just hold on. Alright, so let's go down to Dr. Mobius' cellar. And this is all I'm going to do. Alright, check this out. So this is what I'm going to do. My son asking me questions and stuff. He's a good boy when he wants to be. Alright, so this is what we'll do, right? Let's see, we got the big guns and energy weapons. And we got the melee, standard guns, weapon mods. We're gonna go with the big guns. And we're gonna claim the Batmans, the Flamers, Gatling Laser, Railway spike. Oh, that was just the ammunition. Missile launcher. Minigun. Okay. Then we're gonna rematerialize it. And do it again. We're gonna grab Batman, the flamer, Gatling laser, and the missile launcher. And the minigun. And we'll do it one more time, and that should be enough. Batman, flamer, laser, missile launcher, and the minigun. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go up. I could grab all that too, but I don't want to drop those all one at a time. That would take forever. As it is, I have to go up there and drop it one at a time once I get over there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go over there. We're going to drop all of our weapons a little bit at a time. And see if that'll save us some effort. Oh, dog meat, what are you doing? Being like Fallout. The glitchiness. Alright. Let's go down to Red Rocket and do this again, shall we? Again, that raider did not last long there. You're already assigned to something. Leave me alone. Oh, I can't delete it. Nah. Oh, we can level up a few times. Let's go ahead. We already have, like, all of the perks. I don't think we have everything unlocked, though. We're good there. And that's it. That's all she wrote, folks. Level 237 is the magical number when you have as much as I have. So, let's go over to our weapons. We're going to go up to the Fat Man first. We're going to drop this one at a time. It's going to take a hot minute for us to get everything dumped out. Press that. It's going to glitch a little bit. Open that up. Scrap all of those out. And you're going to watch as the wonderful size meter slowly goes down. Because it's already filled up to the max. Wonderful. And we're going to take our flamers one at a time and drop all of those. Wonderful. I'm going to open up our workshop menu and scrap all of those. Yeah, you can have banana. Of course. Thank you for asking, instead of just taking. Fantastic. Now check this out. We're going to scrap each one of these. Can you turn that down, please? And just like that. Just like that. I don't even think I have to scrap all of these out. But I don't need to be carrying around 30 of those either. Here's what I'm going to do. I think that's good. We'll save the missile launchers for if I need a little bit more space. But the good news is that I'm basically down to nothing. You see that? Now I can continue to build as much as I want to at this settlement. Isn't that cool? So yeah, we're gonna go up these stairs. Down here. Oh, that's what I should show y'all. So you can find tutorials for this online everywhere. So what we're gonna do, and it takes a while to do this, so I don't recommend doing it all the time. But we're gonna set up a few beds. We're gonna go one here, one here. We gotta give it enough space so that way I can do this right. Okay. And then we'll put a bed here, 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 and here. Okay, so the way to do this right is you go ahead and you select your concrete post, and you get it right up against it as close as you can. You select it and the bed, and as long as you're not an idiot like I am and decide to do this while looking through a bush and trying to line up the bed posts just right, yeah, you can make bunk beds, and they do work. Now I screwed that up. Yep, I kind of figured I would. We'll store that. Put this back. Well, we can put that over there, technically. Technically. Could do it this way instead. I just didn't want to do it too close to the actual settlement that I've got built already. Because if I select it and it grabs everything that I've already built, I have to move the bed. That's good. Yay! Alright, so you take it upstairs, you drop down to your basement, and just like that, you have bunk beds. They don't take up a whole lot of space, and it's a little janky. I'll admit, it does look a little jank, but at least, you know, my settlers don't sleep on the floor. Because for the longest time, all I was doing was putting in like 50 beds. And ever since I discovered that little trick, I've been doing it this way ever since. And so all I do is line up those two leg posts with the top part of the bar at, well, not like way up here, but the top part of the bar down here on the front side. As good as I can get it anyway. And this is a fun glitch to have. Yeah, this is why I don't do this very much anymore. But yeah, you can make it to where you have legitimate bunk beds in your settlement. I don't like it. It looks dumb. It has to be perfect. As close to perfect as I can make it anyway. I've made it perfect before, but it doesn't happen very often. And so I just go as close as I can to having it perfect, and then I go with whatever. You know, I'm not going to sit there and mess with it for over an hour and then have it completely ruined by one little mistake. And yeah, that's the spacing. This is the barracks room, so to speak, in my honest opinion. This looks like a barracks to me. And then at some point I'll come down here and put in foot lockers at each one of the each one of these beds. And that's how it'll end up looking. So that's how that works. Oh, hi there. Can you get out of my way? That'd be great. I had to give her something to defend herself with, because she's legitimately harmless otherwise. And this is the only place that she goes. Normally, I don't use Miss Jessup Brat simply because she's just annoying. Is that anybody else's experience with her? Let me know in the comments below. perfect. Close to perfect as it can get. I could have gotten it a little closer, but it's okay. Not a big deal. Good spacing. Alright, this is the last one that I'm doing for a minute because I have a lot more to build than just beds. This is the main problem that I have with this anyway. Is that sometimes you're just so far away that you can't see what you're actually doing. But Bethesda, if you're watching this, we want bunk beds. If you hadn't noticed, it looks really nice when you do it. You do. Tee. Alright. Get downstairs. Put that right here. Like so. And voila. The wonderful barracks room. It's a little jank right here. But it works. That's all that matters, right? Alright, so let's go upstairs and finish what we were doing upstairs. So the first thing we're going to do, when we get all the way to the top here, first thing we're going to do, we're going to back out of that. We're going to go to our special. That's the iBot. We're going to put this right in the middle. Why are we putting it right in the middle? Because, well, we're going to line this up, okay? We're going to put that right in the middle, so that way, when we go to build our robots, they can go down the stairs really easy. I do need to make rails for that. I forgot about that. Because I don't like falling from places. It freaks me out. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, when we get our artillery will go here, here, and over here. And if I want to put another one, I'll probably put it here. But it doesn't matter how many you put, you only need one at each settlement. Why do you need one at each settlement? Alright, so first off, when you play this game, and you want to do the Minuteman quest line to completion, I mean talking about taking down the Brotherhood of Steel, taking down the CIT, in order to defeat the Brotherhood of Steel with the Minutemen, you have to have an artillery piece at each settlement in the Commonwealth. I don't think you can build them in Far Harbor or Nuka World. But that's okay, because that doesn't matter. Look at how far you can see off of this thing. You can see all the way across the Commonwealth, all the way. Because over there somewhere, I think it's right over there. I think that's Diamond City right there. Unless it's over there some more. But yeah. That's pretty dope. And there's the wonderful hall you collected them from. The church that's right next door to it. Anyhow, we're gonna get our farmland built. Well, why haven't you done the power yet? I'm getting there. I want to build the farmland first. So the first thing that I do is instead of planting on the ground down all the way on the floor, I put my farm right here, typically. Now the first thing that I want to do, is I'm going to put 3 of these side by side with a little bit of space in between them. Then, we're going to go to our water. And you see how this says it must be placed in dirt? I'm going to raise this all the way up and put it all the way against the wall as close as it can go. Moving side to side, you can fit another one right there. You can fit another one right there, another one right there, another one right there. And you should be able to get one more in here. Come on. Oh no. Alright, either way, you've still got 50 water, which is more than enough to sustain the entirety of the settlement. If it does grow that large, then you're doing something right. In order to get that, you have to have your happiness at 100%. Okay? And part of getting it there is having enough water to sustain your settlement. Now, power. Power, power, power. The best way to do power in this game is I'm probably going to delete these walls and put in concrete walls, which I didn't think about this before. I was going to put it in the bottom with the other stores and so forth, but I decided against that for one reason and one reason only. Typically when you get attacked at your settlement, one of the first things that you get attacked for is your resources, your power and your water. So in order to inhibit them from doing so, we're going to put in our nuclear generators. Best way to do that is to conceal them in a bunch of concrete. They can't hit it from any angle other than to go through the gauntlet of my settlement, which will also have robots defending it. So usually 200 power is more than enough for any settlement that I build. Usually. Next thing I'm going to put up is our wonderful recruitment beacon, which will go right here in the back corner of this room, next to the power. So that way it also can't get hit. Next thing I want to build is my wonderful management population system, which I usually put right here. Yeah, that'll work. So that'll be the first thing that I attach to power at some point. But right now, I want lights. I want lights. I need light. So, what we do is we're going to start with our power right here. Right here. And we're going to go all the way over right here in the middle. Maybe right there. And then we'll try to line it up with that side, because this is going to cover the entire farm in light. And just for redundancy, I usually connect it at every point that I can. It's not necessary. I just think it looks cleaner. I don't know why. Because it doesn't look cleaner at the same time. But yeah, there we go. Alright, we're going to put our conduit right here. We're going to circle this in. Just like so. Come on. You gotta angle it in order to do it right. Put our conduit there. Right there. Come on. Come back. Oh, what the... There we go. Go. Alright. So you can move these about a full length and a half away from each other. So this would be like a full length and a half right here. Yeah. When it comes to the corners, I tried to go right in the corner with it. So, bit of a pain, but it's alright. Oh, fun fact. I also do this here. I will set it up to where I can do this. That corner there. Hop down. Oh, come on. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll put that right there. That right there. And we'll come up here and put this right here. Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. And we'll go right here with it. Because, well, hold on. So why are we doing this, right? We're going to put that conduit right there. The number one reason why we're doing this is I need to establish defenses here. The best way to do that is to make platforms for your turrets to sit on. And, well, because of the way that I build these structures... No, ma'am. Because of the way that I build these structures, no matter what, no, Tiny. You're not taking it upstairs, okay? Thank you. What do you say? You're welcome. Now what did I just do, right? Alright, so that basically made it to where I have a defense system that is capable of a lot, honestly. So what did that just do? Let me show you. Because it's staggered the way that it is, it won't shoot its own turrets, hopefully. That is the plan when I do these. It's got an angle of attack that can look down here, and then this one's got an angle of attack. Hold on. This one's got an angle of attack of straight down, roughly, and anywhere in this general area, and then over here. Same thing. This whole area and this whole area from here over to here. So it's completely defended, right? Once I get it all wired up, it'll be good. Alright, now I need lights in here, right? That's the game plan, right? Let's see what it looks like at night. So first up, I need every 2. Okay. Again, if it, if it's any consolation for anybody that's former or current military, I just want y'all to know. I just want y'all to know. I know that y'all can sleep anywhere at any time. So, if that's a barracks down there, and these lights are up here, for you junior enlisted members, I know y'all can fall asleep anywhere. I know it. Used to be former junior enlisted myself. I got out in tech school because I got washed out. But I did serve for about 7 months before I got washed out. And it was a good experience. I learned a lot. I'm glad for it. Unfortunately, yeah, it just happened. But that's okay. I'm cool with it. I've got a decent job nowadays. I got honorably discharged. It was great. Oh, yeah, that's right. I usually connect this. Okay, so both floors are covered with lights. We gotta get all the way up the stairs with this as well. So we're gonna start here. Go to right there. We're gonna go up here. And because I don't have to do anything else, I can just load this up. Again. Four, 5, and 6. That'll work. You might watch my system crash if I do this right. This is normal. I promise. It's perfectly normal. Alright, so we're going to connect all the wires down here. Because once I turn the switch on, we'll have water, we'll have everything except for the food. And it doesn't matter because all the food is sourced in from Sanctuary as well as other settlements. Tiny, please don't. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go down here. Grab our power. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Not close enough to it. That could have been bad. You just watched me almost die. Alright, there we go. Now, if you're curious why I'm doing this, again, just need a power source for all of the turrets that are going to go up here. Part of my problem is it's hard to finagle these just right, because I've got to basically stand up here like this. It's very weird, very strange, and I don't like it. But it works out for me in the end, usually. And it's only missile turrets, because I believe in the power of deleting something in a general direction. for, like I said, for those of you who are in the military, y'all know what I'm talking about. The ability to erase an entire direction from existence is just freaking hilarious sometimes. Both absurd and hilarious. Okay, now that we have those set up, go ahead and connect these. Connect that. And we're going to connect this. And we're going to jump down again. Alright, now we need our food set up. So the part of this that I like is actually building the resources. There we go. Alright, so we're going to start with 1, 2, and 3, right? Yeah, 3 there. And 3 here. Yeah. That'll work. Alright. So, we're going to get this going. And again, the more food you are able to produce for the Commonwealth overall means you're not having to go and try to fix certain settlements, because you already have more than enough food being produced by the other settlements to help each other out. Which is the whole premise of being on the Minuteman side, right? Is to be able to provide a safe and effective Commonwealth. So that's what I'm doing. This farm is going to be the most advanced farm that I build yet. Go. More. Yes. Thank you. Alright, there we go. Lots of moot fruit. No. No. That's why the light is kind of in the way over there, which is fine. Perfect. Now I can go upstairs and build my automatrons. So, this is the part that's fun. Alright. So the first part that I do... Why is Ada here? New automatron. Yes. Let's go ahead and build the Mr. Handy Torso. Then we're going to go down to our left arm, remove the arm. Right arm, remove that arm. Then we're going to go down to the legs and pick the Mr. Handy thruster. Perfect. Thruster armor, go all the way down to the bottom. Put on the hydraulic, or the thruster voltaic frame. Okay. Now the torso. We're going to go top slot, go all the way down to the voltaic frame. Front armor. We're going to go to the voltaic frame again. Rear armor. We're going to go to the voltaic frame again. Middle slot. Mr. Handy eye. No. We're going to go to the actuated frame. Center for the left side. It's going to be the left eye actuated frame. Right center slot is going to be the right eye actuated frame. And then the torso mod that I do for him is Tesla coils. Most typically. Alright, now we're going to go to our thruster arm. No. Yep. Our left thruster arm and our right thruster arm. What? It wouldn't let me put it on. Alright, now we gotta put on the armor, which is the voltaic frame. And then we'll go to this one, and we'll put on this voltaic frame. And then we'll go to the last one, and also do another voltaic frame. Each of the voltaic frames are still actuated frames. Alright? And it actually increases your carry weight by a lot. So our front hand with this one is always the lightning gun. The left hand is a pincer. And the right hand is a saw. This one, this particular robot, is the supervisor. So we're going to paint it bright yellow. And then lastly, we gotta name it. So, supervisor dash Red Rocket. As you can see, I've already done that before. Tiny. And there we go. Nope, that's not supply line. Farmhand. One. Okay. And now we do this. We exit the station. Go into our workshop mode. We select our new Mr. Handy. We put him down there on the farm.
Affirmative.
Affirmative. Now we're going to craft a new automatron. And do the same thing. We're going to repeat this cycle for a little bit. Change that to a Mr. Handy torso. Choose our no arm. No arm. Legs. But this one's different. Each one of these has a hydraulic frame. For at least a couple of the items that I use. The top slot is actually factory armor. Then there's the front armor. The rear armor. and the regular handy eye. This distinguishes them from the supervisor. Alright, and this one, on the other hand, has a stealth field, which protects the settlement if they need to be rather quiet about what they're doing. So our Mr. Handy Arms will still be there. Middle arm slot. These ones I usually go for the hydraulic actuated frame. Tiny. Another. Oh, it put on the other one. Oops. It still makes them formidable, but with these ones I only do a laser, a pincer, and a saw. It still makes them just as lethal as the supervisor, it's just their armor is not as shocking. The paint for these are going to be bright red, signifying they're from the Red Rocket. And these ones are the Red Rocket Farmhand. Oh, one. Alright. The Type 1 Red Rocket Farmhand. And again, we're going to go ahead and select our new farmhand. Put our farmhand on
New work assignment confirmed.
the moot fruit. Craft our next automatron. Now Protectron, we're going to go Mr. Handy. Left arm removed. Right arm removed. Legs. Thruster. Thruster armor. The hydraulic frame. Alright, let's go up to our torso. Top slot, factory armor. Front armor, factory armor. Rear armor, factory armor. And then the middle slot is our regular Mr. Handy Eye. Left center slot. Handy Eye. Right center slot, Handy Eyeball. Thruster arms. And we're not going to do factory armor. Middle hand, laser, left hand, pincer, right hand, saw. Paint, bright red. And then we're going to rename to the Farmhand 02. Now the difference being nothing. We're going to also go ahead and grab that Mr. Handy and assign him to another set
Returning to my duties.
of the food. We're going to grab another Mr. Handy here. And I'm not going to explain this process again. That was rather boring, and I know it was. Also, top slot, factory armor. Slot, guy. Oh, did I not do that on the other one? I don't think I did. And then when I leave this place, they will be down here farming.
New work assignment confirmed.
And now that there's food here, what we can now do is connect everything up. And voila, we have defense of 120, power 200, water 50, food 24, 4 people, which are both all robots. And check this out. This is where it gets fun. Ta-da! They are all in their workstation. Because it was going to take them forever to get down these steps anyway. So if I drop them down there, guess what? They're in their place. Alright. See? This looks pretty good. Looks nice and neat. And then down here, this looks nice and neat. Let's go ahead and add our furniture. Which I'm very generous with my my settlers. I give them the nicest furniture. And we'll do the same thing for up front, right here. we go. And then go ahead and put our shops down. Trader. Put our general store right here. Yeah, that'll work. Armor. Weapons. Hold up. I gotta fix that. That's out of alignment. There we go. And then on this side, our food and drink, which is going to start right here. Yeah, that's good right there. Right there. We'll go here. Very nice. Okay, that'll work. Right here, yes. We're going to go with red. This is the red rocket. Let's see. wonder, what does it do if I do this? It makes it weird. Interesting. Okay. That's kind of cool. Super bright, too. Well, I'd say that looks pretty good. My wonderful controller died. But I'd say this looks pretty good for the first little bit. The farm, you know, roof access. I think it looks good so far. Why are they off? Oh, I haven't connected them yet. Dee-dee-dee. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Johnny be good. There we go. Now I've got plenty of light from the roof on down. Alright. Oh. There we go. And that, my friends, is how I do my settlement builds. So after 2 hours and 36 minutes, you've gotten to witness how I do my settlement builds. Now, is it the bare minimum? Yeah. But it's taken us a while to get to this point. So I bid you adieu. Y'all have a wonderful day. And again, enjoy.